Welcome to Semiconductor News Decoded. I'm Ty, with 31 years inside the semiconductor industry, bringing you the real view from the factory floor. Today's topic: Sony and TSMC have reached a strategic partnership agreement on next-generation image sensors. This combination could define how AI sees the physical world. As always, I'll explain everything in the most simplified way possible. Even a middle schooler should be able to follow along. If you're a specialist watching, some parts may feel oversimplified, but I'd like to prioritize giving everyone the big picture first. Think of it as giving a robot both eyes and the nerves to use them. So sit back and enjoy. Have you ever thought about what it actually means for a robot to see? For a human, seeing means your eyes capture light. The signal travels through the optic nerves, and only when it reaches the brain can you say you've actually seen something. Robots and AI work exactly the same way. The eyes are the camera sensor. But even if you have excellent eyes, if the nerves carrying the signal are slow and narrow, the next scene has already arrived before the information reaches the brain. When a self-driving car is traveling at 100 kilometers per hour and the sensor captures 1,000 frames per second, it means absolutely nothing if the processing can't keep up. In other words, an AI robot needs both ultra-high-resolution eyes, the sensor, and ultra-fast optic nerves, the processing circuit, working together as a complete set. Neither one alone is enough. The world's best maker of ultra-high-resolution eyes is Sony. The world's best maker of ultra-fast optic nerve circuits is TSMC. The fact that these two companies are joining forces, that is the heart of this news. Sony and TSMC teaming up means the birth of a combination that can deliver eyes and optic nerves as one complete package for AI vision. And the plan is to build all of this together in the same factory, right in Kumamoto. That is the core of what this partnership is about. Let me summarize the robot vision stance. The picture I just described maps directly onto what's happening in the real semiconductor industry. The analogy and the reality share exactly the same structure. So let me now walk you through how it plays out concretely. And honestly, my current position on this Sony-TSMC partnership is almost exactly the same as this robot vision story. Here's the overview. Sony Semiconductor Solutions and TSMC have reached a basic agreement on a strategic partnership for the development and manufacturing of next-generation image sensors. A new joint venture with dedicated development and production lines is being considered for a new facility in Koshi City, Kumamoto Prefecture, with Sony expected to hold a majority stake. The market this partnership targets is called physical AI, systems that allow AI to move through and act in the physical world. Self-driving vehicles, inspection robots on factory floors, logistics automation robots, humanoid robots, all of them need eyes, and image sensors are those eyes. Sony holds approximately 50% of the global image sensor market. When people think of smartphone cameras, they think of Sony sensors. That's the level of dominance we're talking about. However, the smartphone market has matured, and shifting toward automotive and industrial AI sensors has become an urgent priority for the company's next growth engine. TSMC, on the other hand, is the world leader in cutting-edge semiconductor manufacturing processes. They are uniquely capable of producing the logic circuits, the optic nerves, that process the enormous volumes of image data captured by sensors in real time at the highest level of performance in the world. Here's my view. Some may celebrate this news as Japan's semiconductor revival. But my read is the real test starts now. This partnership is not a victory. It's a critical positioning move to survive in the AI era. The first challenge is back-end processing. After a sensor is manufactured, it still needs to go through assembly, packaging, and testing. At present, much of Sony's back-end work is done at factories in Thailand. it does not stay within Kumamoto or Kyushu. A truly integrated supply chain requires the entire process, from manufacturing through backend, to be completed within the same region. That goal is still only halfway there. The second challenge is the competitive landscape. The primary markets for physical AI are automotive and industrial applications, self-driving vehicles, factory inspection robots, logistics automation. These demand reliability and durability that are in a completely different league from smartphones. In the automotive and industrial AI sensor space, powerful competitors like onsemi, Samsung, and OmniVision are already well established. Sony's dominant smartphone position does not automatically transfer to automotive and industrial use cases. But that is precisely why this partnership matters. Combining TSMC's cutting-edge process technology with Sony's design expertise creates the potential for sensors that integrate ultra-high resolution and ultra-fast processing in a way no competitor can replicate. That is a genuine threat to the rest of the field. There's another important angle here. TSMC building a factory in Kumamoto, JASM, and establishing a joint venture with Sony there is not simply a manufacturing outsourcing arrangement. It's a structure where Sony's design expertise and TSMC's manufacturing process fuse together under the same roof. That is extremely rare anywhere in the world. In my 31 years in the semiconductor industry, having sensor design and processing circuit design and manufacturing in close geographic proximity consistently leads to significantly shorter development cycles. When problems arise, you can sit down face-to-face immediately. That is a competitive advantage that doesn't show up in any spreadsheet, but it is critically important. Ideally, back-end processing would also be consolidated in Kumamoto. But at this point, that picture hasn't been drawn yet. That remains a major challenge for the road ahead. There are roughly 3 things to watch going forward. First, the official announcement of the joint venture and confirmation of the ownership structure. Second, which partner companies will handle back-end processing. Third, whether concrete integration with the Toyota, Honda, and Sony autonomous driving projects will materialize. Let me wrap up. The Sony-TSMC next-generation sensor partnership is a strategic move to build the eyes and the optic nerves of physical AI as one integrated unit. But to be honest, in the current automotive image sensor market, onsemi holds a strong position, and Sony is still playing catch-up. Sony's dominance in smartphones does not automatically translate to automotive. Back-end integration, establishing real competitiveness in the automotive and industrial AI sensor market. Whether this partnership ends as a positioning move or becomes the true starting point of a turnaround, the verdict is still very much open. That's all for today. I'll keep bringing you semiconductor news and analysis, so if you found this useful, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. This has been Ty on Semiconductor News Decoded.